Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of The Post. You all know the routine, but this is where we just break down last night's message a little bit. Brandon, you were in week two? Yeah, week two of our, I almost said God with us. Oh my gosh, we were in the gift of Christmas. Sunday's God with us.
Hey, if
Good
you haven't checked
Lord.
it out,
Yeah, there
check
we
it
go.
out.
That's right. It's been great in both.
Yeah.
It's been amazing. Kids is even doing an amazing series, Snowy Lodge, something like that, I think. But on this week's episode of The Post, we're Christmassy, obviously, but I don't even know what's going on right here.
Yeah, so I hooked us up. So we're gonna try something for the first time together
All right.
and try it on.
This looks
here.
like milk with some
eggnog
cream.
with some whipped cream. So we're gonna try it.
eggnog.
Yeah, Christmassy. I don't know.
I've never had eggnog.
Y'all like eggnog?
I've never had it.
Drop it in the comments.
Have you had it?
I don't know. I don't know if I have.
All right, here we go.
I've had the eggnog milkshake. I think.
I haven't had
It
anything
pretty much
eggnog.
just tastes like vanilla.
Yeah. All right.
That was like a year ago.
Here we go.
Yeah.
At first, tasted really weird. But now it's like,
Yeah, it's like
somebody told me it was just like really vanilla-y.
it's like vanilla but peppermint almost.
Yeah. A little bit of peppermint in there. I don't know. But
I know. I know what it tastes like. No, you're
What?
not going to try it.
oh no. Oh no. I'm just gonna know I'm not gonna touch it anymore.
One more drink. Tell me what you think it tastes like.
Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking.
Take a guess what I'm going to say. The more I drink it, the more I like it.
Yeah, I like it. I just don't know.
I know. It's like,
For some reason,
but at the very beginning,
it kind of tastes like the sugar cookies. I don't know why. I'm getting the sugar cookies a little bit. Kind of tastes like them. The Christmas sugar cookies. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I'm getting it.
I like it. I mean, I've almost drank my whole cup.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But what I was going to say it tastes like, I'm not going to say it now because it's going to turn you against it.
It might. Just go on and say it.
A little bit like Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, okay.
Like
It's not
that
gonna turn me
initial,
against it.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that initial taste, it's almost like,
Yeah, I can see that. I think I've heard. I don't know if I heard. I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
I like it.
Yeah, let us
Does
know
that
if you
mean I
like it.
like Pepto-Bismol?
I know that was my issue. I was like, kind of tastes like Pepto, and then I was like, man, it's kind of good. I'm like, what? How does that go together?
Oh my gosh.
I bet with like some crushed peppermint on top.
That'd be great. I actually had the peppermint hot cocoa blizzard today.
Was it good?
Oh,
What else in it? Is it just like chocolate and peppermint?
it's like
They have
the
brownies?
chocolate ice cream with like the chocolate shell, you know,
Uh-huh.
that they put.
Yeah.
It's like that crushed up, some whipped cream, crushed peppermints on top.
Good. I got to get a blizzard today.
So good. So good. But this is kind of a good gateway
Yeah.
into the first question
Yeah.
here. What is your favorite holiday snack?
Ooh, that's tough. What isn't? I love, oh my gosh, food around the holidays, man. It just hits different.
You said, what is it?
I know, like, because I immediately went to like homemade candy, like making candy at home, whether it's like the puppy chow,
Chex Mix.
Chex Mix,
My mama's Chex Mix. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So good.
Buckeyes,
Buckeyes. Really good. Big peanut butter guy.
peanut butter fudge.
Peanut butter fudge.
I know you can get it like year round, but it's like a Christmas thing.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of.
Those Christmas cookies.
Yeah, the Christmas cookies. So good.
Even
But they
the
go
little snack
they go
cakes and-
seasonal, so it's like you're always having them. But there's something about the Christmas ones.
No, they just hit different.
They do.
I don't know. I'm gonna say it's a combo.
Okay.
I'm gonna say homemade Chex Mix and homemade Muddy Buddies. Cause like I never get.
Tasted straight medicine.
Does it now? It's, but it's like you just keep doing it. It's like okay,
That's good. So you said Nutty Buddies or Muddy Buddies?
muddy.
Muddy. So puppy chow.
Yeah, puppy chow.
Okay.
And then like the homemade and then Chex Mix. Cause like you never get homemade Chex Mix. You could make it all the time, but you never get it unless it's like
I
Christmas.
know. It's so good.
It's
So good.
So good.
I remember like
I'm making some tonight. I'm
In
not joking.
middle school.
I'm making homemade Chex Mix tonight.
I remember in middle
come
school,
on.
I would always go over to my friend's house around Christmas time because I was like, his mom's gonna make Chex Mix. I gotta go.
So what's your favorite? You saying Chex Mix? I
Yeah.
mean, if you were that excited, Chex
Yeah,
Mix.
I love Chex Mix so much.
My mouth watered.
Yes. Gosh, straight out of the oven, burns your fingertips.
I've never had it straight out.
Really?
Really.
We're gonna have to.
All right.
So good. All right, here we go. Let's go into some deeper questions. What gifts do we usually tend to bring to Jesus?
So I think there's a big difference between the gifts that we usually bring and the gifts that we should bring. I think the gifts that we usually bring aren't necessarily the ones that we're supposed to bring. I think that we bring him a lot of things that we're okay with bringing him. And it's just like you're not really sacrificing much. You're giving him leftovers, or you're giving him just parts of you that you don't really care too much about. But it's the things where it's like, man, I really want my relationships. I'm not going to bring that to him. I'm not going to give him my language. I'm not going to give him my life, like as a whole, like in your lifestyle. And I think that so often, like you can say all these things, but simply I don't think that we bring him our best.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's not that you have to bring him all this extravagant stuff, like with the wise men and stuff. It's not like you have to bring
him gold.
Bring him gold, frankincense from the oils.
Yes.
That's what it means.
Yeah, come on.
But I think that it's one of those things where it's like you bring him what you have. And I think that there's a big difference there of what you should and what we do. And if we could really make those enter the same road and cross paths, that's what it takes is to. And at the end of the day, it's what we should bring him is our life, full surrender. God, whatever you want. God, your will, your plan. I'm your hands and feet. Just tell me where to go and I'll do it.
Yeah, I think a lot of times is we bring him the stuff that allows us to still be comfortable,
For sure.
because we love being comfortable, and we know that, hey, maybe if I give this to God, he'll call me to do something, and I'm not ready to do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
Not me. And a lot of times that holds us back from the promises that God has for us.
For sure.
Because we're just not giving everything to him.
Yeah, I think that we're so used to giving him our strengths because we're comfortable in our strengths of like, well, I can do this too. God, you can have the rest of it. And then we feel like we have to build up our weaknesses, but that's not true whatsoever. Yeah. And so often we make it about us and not about him. And that's not what it's supposed to be.
So good. So good. Going to go and jump into the next question here. How do you relate to the shepherds? Is this, I don't know, this can be personal, but like overall as well. How do you relate? And then
How do we
as Christians relate?
That's what I was going to say, man. I think we all have a little bit of shepherd inside of us.
Oh, for sure.
I think that.
Not Derek Shepard lately. Come on. Derek
Shepherd.
Shepard. Can't do that.
What are you talking about?
Derek Shepard? Grey's Anatomy?
Oh,
He's,
he's dead.
come on. No, he's not.
I know.
You know that?
Apparently he's
I
coming
don't know.
back.
I haven't been there yet. I'm still catching up. Anyways.
That show's been going on for 30 years, like Days of Our Lives. That's been going on for forever.
It has been.
I bet
Long
some of y'all
time.
watching don't even know what Days of Our Lives is. Man, if you
I bet some of you are in Days of Our Lives with all the drama. Anyways.
drunk. But anyways, I would say that just that feeling of being unqualified, left out, what we say doesn't matter. But I would also go on to say that people wouldn't believe us whenever we tell them about Jesus. I talked about it in the message there that their word wasn't even held in court.
Yeah.
People didn't care what they say. Like, it didn't matter. And I think that a lot of times that we walk around like we don't matter and like what we say doesn't matter, and the life change that Jesus has done in our life doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that we feel like we're the lowest of the low. No one cares about us. And really at the end of the day that we're nobodies. And I think that that's so far from the truth of like Jesus wants to flip the script and let you know that, hey, you're loved. Hey, you're cared about. Hey, I see you as this. Like, I see you as these things. And I think that with that, I think that the real issue with that, whenever we have an identity problem, is not necessarily an identity problem with us, but it's an identity problem with God. Because the more you know who God is, the more you'll know who you are.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that, man, I love the boldness of the shepherds that they didn't make excuses for going.
Exactly.
They just went because they knew what God had told them. I think that so often we don't know what God has told us or who God has called us and what he's called us to do, that we're just super insecure about who we are. And so I would say that a lot of times we feel like we're nobodies and feel like what we're doing is meaningless, honestly. But it's so far from the truth.
Yeah, I think even we just question. It's like, oh, is this God? Like at a point, there's like some points like, is this coming from God or is it coming from the enemy?
Navigate through it.
But it's like you navigate through it, but always say, hey, is this from God? Like, don't question, say, oh, not me. But it's like, okay, God, I'm going to go until you close that door.
Exactly.
Because if you're calling me to this, you're going to lead me through it.
Yeah.
So just don't really question it. Don't think too much about it. Say, hey, God, I trust you. And I'm going to go.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so good. Going into the last question here. Nope. Yep. Here we go.
Nope.
What do you think keeps us from being obedient to what God has called us to do?
Being comfortable. I think that it's one of those things where it's like, man, I'm just comfortable with where I'm at. I'm comfortable in school. I'm comfortable with school being from home and not having to interact. I'm comfortable with this, that, and the other. But we have to remember that God called himself the comforter. So guess what? You're going to be in uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
So I think that comfort is one of those. I think another one is fear. I mean, you look all throughout this story, Mary and Joseph were afraid, yet they were obedient. And fear can cripple you, or fear can then become a platform for your faith. It's not that fear is not going to be there, but it's that your faith is greater than your fear.
Yeah. Because fear is automatically going to, like,
Yeah.
God knew it was going to be there. That's why it says, do not be afraid.
Yeah.
Like, he knew that
Yeah.
it was going to happen.
Exactly. And I mean, if you notice, he had to tell him multiple times, do not be afraid.
Yeah.
Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. And, but if you notice in the story, Mary and Joseph, even the wise men, the shepherds, they responded differently to the fear that came about them compared to the king. He had fear that someone was going to overthrow him. He had fear of those things. And going back to your question, I think that a lot of times we have fear that, hear me out, just like the king, that God's plan is going to overthrow ours.
So good.
That we have made such a plan in our life, a destination in our life. I want to go to this school, this guy, this girl, this calling, this is it. And then Jesus shows up and he calls you to do something different. He tells you, hey, you're going to have to change what you watch. You're going to have to change who you date. You're going to have to change where you go to school. You're going to have to change this, whatever it may look like. And I think a lot of times we become like the king and we become afraid and we say, no, I can't have that. He cannot be here. And we close him out of it. So I think that happens so often.
That's so good. So good. I don't even know how to keep going there. Man, run that back. That's so good. So good. That's all we have. If you want to add anything else real quick. Just
Christmas
before we
party
go.
next week.
Hey, Christmas party. Woo! Woo!
Hey, let us know what you think about eggnog.
Yes, leave in the comments. Eggnog or no eggnog? I think I'm for it.
I like it.
I think I'm for it.
I think especially like during the Christmas season, I can see it like, yeah, I like it. I can
But
see it
anytime
sitting
else, I
around
don't know.
No, sitting around a fire though, especially with like a gingerbread man,
Like,
a gingerbread cookies. I could see it
Like
like complimenting
the
because it's kind of
cinnamon-
like cinnamon with
Yeah.
that vanilla. I don't know. We
I
should
think
try
so.
it.
I think so.
I don't know. You know what? I don't know why, but random here. I thought of like, you know, like how you do egg on the head. You got an egg on your head. Egg.
Noggin.
Noggin.
Oh, I like it.
I don't know. Eggnog. Eggnog someone. Anyway, I don't know where that came from, but my mind goes everywhere.
That's a good one.
Welcome to the post.
Well, guys,
Well,
that
we're
is
actually
it.
leaving,
Yeah,
not
we're
welcome.
leaving. So yeah, but guys, that's all we have on this week of the post. We'll see you right back here next week. See you guys.